like this, I'm always afraid one motherfucker, someone will say, "What you doing in that red suit, you ugly motherfucker?"
What makes a person laugh? I've studied some of the best comics ever and dissected their work to find out that very question.
You look a little stressed.
Oh, I'm stressed.
The Study of Comedy Genius is a series of video essays that will take a deep dive into the minds of some of these masters.
Well, and I guess Indiana Bob stumbled onto the Temple of Dames. Party!
Highlighting moments of comedy lore you may have never got to see. I plan my best to enlighten you from my studies of these legends.
Well, as I see it, there is only one solution. And that is for me to get my gear, move it on in here, because I'm going to bunk with you, buddy. We're going to be buddies. We're going to be pals. We're going to wrestle around. Old Matt's going to be your shadow. Here's you, here's Matt. There's you, there. Whoops-a-daisy.
We start the series off with one of my favorites, The Chappelle Show. The Chappelle Show was created by comedians Dave Chappelle and Neil Brennan. It premiered on Comedy Central on January 22nd, 2003. It ran for 3 seasons, but in the middle of shooting the third, Dave would leave the show due to creative differences. More on that later. This show wasted no time getting into controversy. Chappelle spoofed PBS's show Frontline and interviewed a racist white supremacist character named Clayton Bixby.
I noticed you referred to African Americans. What exactly is your problem?
How much time you got, buddy? Where would I start? Well, first of all, they're lazy, good-for-nothing tricksters, crack-smoking swindlers, big butt-having, wide nose breathing all the white man's air. They eat up all the chicken, they think they're the best dancers, and they stink.
The punchline of the sketch was he was a blind black man who was raised by whites, attended an all-white school, and was told he was...
He was white.
And he never questioned it.
Why would he?
He would become a best-selling author, naming some of his books the likes of
Dump Truck, Nigger Stain, I Smell Nigger, and Nigger Book have sold over 600,000 copies combined.
You would think at some point someone would tell him the truth, but according to one of his followers...
Why not tell him he's African American?
Listen, man, it's too important to the movement. But tell him he's black, he'd probably kill himself, just to be one less nigger around. His commitment is that deep.
I'm overwhelmed by the irony.
The end of the sketch ends in a literal and figural explosive reveal. The unmasking of the real Clayton Bixby, putting a spotlight on the true ignorance of racism, masterfully executed here by Chappelle. His genius was on full display, and this was just the first show.
We want to see your face.
Who said that? You want to see my face?
Clayton, go on, brother.
You want to see my face? Don't be afraid, Jason. Don't be afraid. There is cookie and punch for us to enjoy, and we can mate, talk about white brotherhood. Thank y'all for coming. White power!
And he didn't stop there. Chappelle pulled no punches, continuing with the controversial sketches like a white family with the last name Nigger, Chappelle plays a black milkman in the 60s and can't help showing his amusement with the family's last name.
To deliver milk to the niggas.
Bringing the laughs as well as further driving his point on racism.
Niggas!
Dave played on the topic of race in every episode it seemed, but never in a way that offended the audience, smartly putting the medicine in the comedy so you got your dose while bent over in laughter. Brilliant, smart comedy with a message. From root parodies,
Kunta Kinte.
I said your name is Toby.
Kunta Kinte. Damn! Steve! What'd I say about hitting so hard, man?
I'm sorry, are you all right?
You sorry? I'ma show you sorry, man. I'ma show you sorry. I told y'all. Pull up. Let me get up there.
The Roots.
to racial drives. The Chappelle Show was a hit. Smart, hip, and most importantly, funny.
Biggest black delegation. See what Tiger was.
No surprises there at all. The richest and most dominant athlete in the world. His father, black, his mother,
No celebrity was safe. Dave played them all, from Diddy to Lil Jon.
Hello and good evening.
Even touching on the R. Kelly peeing scandal. And for all we knew, Dave was just warming up.
I was high on shrubs, cooling in my Escalade. Man, I'm paid, I got it made. Take me to your special place. Close your eyes, show me your face. I'm gonna piss on it.
One of my personal favorites was a segment called When Keeping It Real Goes Wrong. Reenactments of some of life's fork in the road moments, making fun of some of the most preposterous situations one could find themselves in, and the character always choosing to keep it real and the consequences that will follow. One of the reasons I love Chappelle's comedy is because although hilarious, it will always have a conscious message to it.
Officers of his company were wrapping up the usual Thursday meeting in the South Conference Room when Frank Murphy, the man who had mentored Vernon, made an awkward comment.
Vernon, great job, buddy. You the man. Give me some skin, huh?
Vernon got along with all of the people he worked with, which in his heart of hearts made him feel like an Uncle Tom. Though he could have ignored the simple comment his mentor made, Vernon decided to keep it real.
Get your motherfucking hand out of my face. You heard me, motherfucker. Get your hands out of my face. What you think this is, man? Just shake my hand like a man. I gotta give you some five on the backhand side with all this crazy jive. That's bullshit. You want a little soft shoe? Should I jump some watermelon for you, boy? Fuck all that, nigga.
Hey, Vernon, buddy.
Get your motherfucking hands off me,
Then we go into season 2, where Charlie Murphy gets to share his outlandish tales of playing basketball with Prince.
Is anyone up for a game of basketball? How about you and your friends versus me and the revolution?
So I was like, this nigga must be joking, man. I don't know where he's going with this. He was dead serious. He had his helper or whatever go and get some like shorts and sneakers and gave them to us. And laughing, I'm like, this is gonna be some funny ass shit. So they come out, right? And I look at them and they still got on the same shit they be wearing at the club. It was wild. I was like, I know they ain't thinking about playing ball in that, but they were. I said, hey, you know what? You know what we're gonna call this? The shirts against the blouse.
And several surely drug-induced fistfights with singer Rick James.
We went to Studio 54. We walking up into the VIP section and I'm looking around and see who's there and looking at the girls and everything. And all of a sudden I heard something go, Charlie Murphy! caught him with the front.
He'll tell it like he gave me some kind of Bruce Lee cross kick or something.
I kicked the shit out of him, man.
With Murphy narrating and playing himself in reenactments and Chappelle's over-the-top renditions of Prince and James, this sketch became an instant comedy legend. Rick James even shows up to tell his side of the story and admitting,
cocaine's a hell of a drug.
And we can't forget the most famous line of all.
I'm Rick James, bitch. Enjoy yourself.
Comedy legend Paul Mooney made several appearances on the show. In Ask a Black Dude, white people got to ask questions that Mooney would answer, but in his unique way, using his brilliant sense of humor.
Can black guys jump high?
That's kind of a trick question. I thought it was, what's the movie? White Men Jump? White Men can, what was it? What white men can't jump? What was it? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but I always said that I thought they don't have to because they own the teams. They let the black people jump. Yeah, black people can jump high. You got to jump. Got to do something when you're running from the police.
He also played a character named Negrodamus, a spoof for the famous seer Nostradamus, predicting future events and answering some of the black community's deepest questions, like why white people love Wayne Brady.
White people love Wayne Brady because he makes Brian Gumbel look like Malcolm X.
Wayne Brady will make an appearance in a later season as guest host, getting to show a side of himself far from the making Brian Gumbel look like Malcolm X character, scaring Dave and forever changing how we would view him moving forward.
Nah, that's all right. Relax.
You gonna get some weed? You gonna get some weed and holler at your boy. I know the spot.
Hold on. All right. There he is.
Make yourself, fool! Oh, it's Wayne Brady, son!
Every week, Chappelle Show delivered.
Is this a 5 o'clock free crack giveaway?
Looking to be on his way to becoming one of the best shows of all time, putting Comedy Central on the map as new network kings. So going into season 3, Chappelle was offered $50 million to continue doing the show for another 2 years, and of course Dave agreed. But as season 3 got started, Dave would abruptly leave the show and fly to Africa, leaving his cast and crew shocked and confused. And that's when the rumors started of Chappelle being on drugs, losing his mind, and a host of other things. No one could understand how anyone could just walk away from so much money, and just like that, Dave disappeared. Until a few years later, he interviewed with Oprah to finally explain what happened.
The music's ready. Stand by, 1 minute.
And all knew Oprah, he was the hottest comedian in the country. Then he mysteriously disappeared. Why Dave Chappelle walked away from $50 million.
He felt that the show was becoming too socially irresponsible. He didn't like the direction it was starting to take. Dave is a socially conscious black man, and growing up with 2 parents that were college professors, Chappelle was highly intelligent, and his integrity would not let him fall into cooning or become a minstrel show. He could no longer participate in something that depicted his people in a lesser light. I truly respect Chappelle after hearing this story. There are not too many people that could say they would have done the same. So many before him went the other way, putting money and fame before what impact their message might have on a community already fragile. Chappelle walking away showed a sense of pride and let them know we ain't all for sale. To be able to do this at the height of his career is admirable. I don't think he gets enough credit for showing real black power.
But what I didn't consider is how many people watch a show and how the way people use television is subjective.
I completely understand.
Yeah.
Go finish, because I have a story to tell you.
So then when I'm on the set and we're finally taping the sketch, somebody on the set that was white laughed in such a way. I know the difference of people laughing with me and people laughing at me. And it was the first time I'd ever gotten a laugh that I was uncomfortable with. Not just uncomfortable, but like, should I fire this person?
For those who never got to see the Chappelle Show, I highly recommend it. One of the funniest sketch comedy shows ever. And it was only 2 seasons. Incredible.
Let's start the show.
Chappelle would eventually make his way back to comedy, first making an appearance on SNL.
I just cannot decide which one of you is gonna dance with death tonight. Wait, I got an idea. Bubblegum, in a dish. How many pieces do you wish?
I like 2, please. My mouth feels dry.
Oh, he's a feisty one. I like that.
Well, with all due respect, Mr. Negan, in my line of work, when you're on your knees, they don't give you bubble gum. They give you penis.
Shut up! Well. A nigga named Negan. I think you look more like a Stephanie. Your face looks like Fonzie made the Negro League.
Stop it, Suki, you're killing them.
Them some ugly-ass boots you got on there. As the white boys say on the internet, what are those?
Then would ink a multi-million-dollar deal with Netflix that would make him one of the richest comedians in the world.
To figure out as a people that white people's weakness the whole time was kneeling during their national anthem. That's a brittle spirit. That's right, nigga. On the rockets, regular. Ah! What are you doing, nigga? Stand up!
And dropping 3 specials that will put him right back on top, cementing his place amongst comedy legends and becoming a true comedy genius.
Because I didn't come up with this idea on my own. This idea that a person can be born in the wrong body. But they have to admit, that's a fucking hilarious predicament. It's really fucking funny. If it happened to me, you'd laugh, wouldn't you? That wouldn't be funny if it happened to me? I think it would be. What if it did? What if I was Chinese, but born in this nigga body? That's not funny. And for the rest of my life, I had to go around making that face. Hey, everybody, I'm Chinese. And everyone get mad. Stop making that face. That's offensive. What? This is how I feel inside.